What's up, guys? Welcome back to Three's Company Podcast. We are so stoked to be back and recording. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Tag, Joey, how are things been going?
Great. We're back, boys. We did it.
It's been so long. Like, I'm sorry. It's been a long time since we've had our episode, so I will gladly apologize for that. But the good news is we have stored up so many topics and so many episodes that we're gonna be able to pump out to you guys. And with that being said, we're kind of changing the way we're doing it. In order to have quality content for you guys and to not push this into our schedules too much, we're not going to have scheduled release dates. We're going to try and get them out to you guys at a quality time, and they're obviously not going to be 2 months of a waiting period like this was. But they're not going to be as frequent as once every week because we do have stuff and it's very hard to get all three of our schedules and time zones to correlate with each other. So I think
time zones.
Yeah, I think the quality of the episodes will be a little bit better, and we'll have some more time to do some editing or really dive into how we can make this podcast better. And with that being said, whether you're watching on Spotify or YouTube, leave a comment if you're on YouTube on what you'd like to see on how we can make it better, or reach out to any of us via our numbers or Snapchat or however you guys have us in your life. So,
Boys, did you see? This is off topic. Did you get the notifications that our Spotify payment failed, or is that just me?
That our Spotify payment failed? Like
Yeah.
for your Spotify, the one that we listen to, not even the Three's Company one.
No, our family, plan that we're on.
Because we just pay you for the family plan. Why would I get that notification?
Good. I didn't know if it's been happening for a week. It keeps yelling at me like, "Please renew. Your payment failed.
Your card bounced or something? You ain't got no money?"
Well, I had to open a new account. So I'm just glad it was just only because literally every time I open the app, big red alert would come up. So I'm glad it was only me.
Yeah, that's only you.
I fixed it, so it's fine now.
All right, now the whole world knows you don't have enough money to pay $5 a month or whatever.
It's 15. Thank you. Anyways, Tate, you can Venmo me the 5 for Spotify anytime. Thanks.
Will do.
All right, boys, how we been? Tag? We'll start with you. Give us a little short glimpse. Don't give us a long story, but just a glimpse into Tag's life.
Okay, just a glimpse into my life right now. I'm out playing volleyball almost every single day. Also, shout out, not that she's ever gonna watch this podcast, but Jordan Thompson, USA Olympic team for volleyball, killing it. Killing it. This girl is insane.
Is she beach or?
No, she's indoor, so 6-on-6.
Yeah.
She's not a part of the beach team, but I think she's 25. Her first Olympics. She's coming in here from, it's either Cincinnati or Connecticut, one of those colleges, and it starts with a C, okay?
I was gonna say,
but
very different colleges.
She came in and scored 18 kills for 23. So of 23 of her spikes, 18 of them hit the floor for a point. Against world-class people going up and blocking. And then in the most recent game she had, I think she scored 20-something of our 40-something points.
What's her name?
Jordan Thompson. Number 12.
Jordan Thompson. Bring home that gold, baby.
Consistently out here. I know you guys probably aren't into volleyball, but it is so impressive to see that. Just consistently out here. Imagine getting on the team, having all this pressure, and then every game scoring half of your team's points.
Pretty dominant. How tall is she?
She's 6'3".
Oh my god.
But that's not towering above everyone else that plays, because most of the people are pretty tall.
Tall for a girl though.
Oh yeah, but to be on an Olympic volleyball team, I mean, you're probably just a tiny bit on the taller side.
Yeah, boys, the Olympics are on. How cool is that?
It's pretty awesome. I don't have cable or anything, so I'm just big YouTube guy. I've been watching them all from YouTube.
You're not missing much. I feel like America sucks this year.
What do you? I mean, we're in first place for medals. We don't have the most golds.
No, we're second.
We don't have the most golds, but we're in first place for medals. So Japan has the most golds. I think they have maybe 10, and we had 8, but in total we had 25 medals.
Pretty sure it's China, not Japan.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Simone Biles is no longer going to be in the Olympics?
Or she injured herself. Yeah.
She got injured, but then she said like
No.
she left because of the stress or something. But
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a mental injury. It was not a physical.
What?
Yep.
No way.
I have
That's
no comment
crazy.
because I don't have anything nice to say. So
Okay.
Simone
Okay.
Biles, do your thing. That's my only comment.
Japan has 11 gold. We have 10 gold. China has 10 gold. Total medal count. Japan has 20. We have 29. China has 23. So we're one behind
Bronze
in the
is not
gold.
cool. Nobody likes bronze. Nobody likes silver. It's golds.
Bro,
And we're
you
not winning
still
golds.
you placed podium at the Olympics. What are you talking about? It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's cool if you're England, Italy, France, all the other sucky countries. But America, gold, boys.
Oh
That's
my
what we
God.
expect.
Well, I mean, we're only down one gold.
As an American, I'm expecting gold, and I expect to dominate.
Okay, Joey, go to the Olympics and you get us a gold.
I will.
And then you can talk.
Have you guys seen the sport handball? I would feel like we could. I feel like it's a fairly easy sport to get into. We could just dominate.
I love how Joey's expectations of himself are so much higher than reality consistently. Whether we're talking about attacking a grizzly bear like with our bare hands or whatever it is, Joey just consistently shoots for the moon.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna be an Olympic athlete for the U.S., you better be like dominating. Like there's.
I'm sure all of them want to get gold.
I agree. So why isn't it like the fact that we lost to Russia in gymnastics? What? What? How? Why?
Because Russia
no
did better
chance.
than us.
But that's what I don't get. Is like how?
How,
Like, I just
how
don't
other people can
understand.
be better than you?
I
Joey,
don't-
there's
Yes,
a ton
I-
of people out there better than you.
No, not me. I'm not competing. Then America.
Yeah, but there's still a human. There's still someone that can be beat.
It's a team sport. Figure it out between the 5 of you.
Okay.
It's Russia.
You're about to make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, all 50 listeners. Sorry, guys. DM me. Tell me how mad you are. Anyways, I expect better from us. What other fun sports are coming up that we haven't seen yet? I've seen like all the gymnasts.
I have no idea,
gymnasts.
but of recent news, 3-on-3 pickup basketball is now an Olympic sport, and that's been happening. They implemented surfing. That's a new thing to get its like Olympic debut.
Golf.
Is golf in the Olympics?
Mhm.
Well, I haven't seen anything for it yet. Is that
think-
is that a summer sport?
Baseball isn't this first year? Baseball's in there.
yeah, this
We're
year
in the
is
Summer
weird.
Olympics.
I know softball.
Yeah,
is
it's the
in
Summer
there.
Olympics, but it's weird because yeah, baseball. I think I saw football was in here or something too. I was like, how
Football,
would
no
you-
chance.
Rugby.
I was on
is.
some website that said,
Really?
but
Mhm.
yeah, it was like it was weird.
Rugby's definitely in there.
Rugby Olympics?
I think we took the silver. Yeah, we took the silver in rugby. I think South Africa got first.
It's over already?
I think so. Unless it was just we got knocked out of pool play for that. But I know we beat 2 countries because I was watching them. We beat 2 countries and we lost to South Africa in rugby.
Water polo. You ever seen water polo?
Oh my God, water polo is
Hi-
insane.
The most
That is-
most respect for water polo players.
Oh, 100%. And they're
Those guys are
huge
insane.
too. The girls too.
Yeah.
I saw this was a couple years ago at the Olympics, but there was a female water polo player that stood next to Michael Phelps, made this dude look small.
Also,
Wow.
Michael Phelps. He's looked better. Have you seen him recently?
Well, I don't think he's even competing anymore. He's got a beard
I'm
and
just
stuff.
I know his beard is gross.
Oh wow. Okay.
This is how we get listeners, boys. I just come out with the hottest takes.
Yeah,
Just
no.
be like, you hear this kid?
Takes
He just
trigger
roasts
everyone.
everyone.
What's gonna get us views, boys? Someone's got to do it. I'll take the heat.
But we have a lot to talk about, so we could even go back. Yeah, we have to go back like 2 months, right?
When was our last episode?
It was
May?
May
It
4th.
was a long time ago,
Was
but
that
Was it May
that's when
4th?
That's when we put it out, but I don't think we recorded it then.
because I
Dang,
know, like, granted, this is a new chill episode type thing, and so we might do some editing. We might take some things out. It all depends. But I know we can do an episode kind of centered around my Hannah. Do we just? I need a name that's not her actual name just to be respectful. You know, it's not a
Let's
bad
do-
story, but we need to come up with a cover name just in case the person wants to keep their privacy. I doubt they're ever gonna watch this, but if they do, you know what I mean?
Can we pick a fun name?
Yeah, choose whatever name you want. Like,
Let's pick a real bad one. Sorry if your name's this.
or
Like,
just do something common that I can remember, like Megan. Like, her name
no,
was not
no,
Megan.
no, no, something fun and dark and sad.
What?
Like not Ingrid, but like something along those lines. Like a real down in the depths name.
No, I don't want to have to like
she's an
redo my
Amish
train
farm
of
girl.
thought. I don't want to have to like redo my train of thought just to be able to talk about this person. No, I don't want to say Greta.
Mildred. Can we please call her Mildred?
Mildred.
Yeah, me and Mildred.
Anyways, now that we're on the topic, the title, I'm floating this out there, boys, but is Hallmark Love Story Ends in Disaster.
I don't feel like it was a Hallmark love story. I feel like it was a Showtime. Like, you guys are too edgy for Hallmark.
It wasn't Hallmark? Bro, I was literally basically met this girl one day. You're about to get the quick story and then I'll go into it. But okay. I meet this girl day one. Okay, we hang out, we have an incredible time at the beach. And the following day, I go, hot take. Whatever. I have work way downtown because I'm TAD for this course, which is like...
This is why it's not Hallmark.
Temporary. Anyways, so I'm assigned to somewhere else other than where I usually work. So we work it out and she invites me over and I'm going to either spend the night at the hotel. So I bring all my stuff. Or if I have to be a good little Christian boy, I can sleep in my car. Like, so I bring my stuff because I'm already gonna be.
So what does he choose, ladies and gentlemen?
Obviously, I slept at the hotel. But so we hang out. We have a really good day. Okay, good night. Can I show pictures? Okay, I'll just describe the pictures. So we take this photo at like 10 o'clock, okay? And it's a cute photo. Both of us are like smiling. We're having a good time. I think I send it to Tate or Zoe. Like I send it to some people. It's really cool.
Cool, thanks for sending it to me.
It was probably in the
Didn't he talk to you about it first?
Yeah, you knew about it before Tate knew about it.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyways, so I hang out with this girl. A very cute, wholesome photo is taken at like 10 o'clock. We go to sleep, and she wakes up at like 2 in the morning. And so I kind of wake up too, and she's like, I need to step outside to take a call. I'm like, okay, so she steps outside, and I'm going to stay up for this, you know, because I'm like, I want to make sure she gets back in the room, I guess. Fell asleep.
Business calls 2 a.m.
Wake back up, it's like 2:45, and I'm like, oh crap, well, you know, and she's still not here. So I get nervous. So I go out into the hallway, and I'm looking around, and I can see her down at the very end of the hallway. She's like on the floor. Like not moving. I'm like, what in the world? So I quickly go over there and I'm like, hey, Megan or Ultridge, whatever her name is.
Mildred?
Yeah, Mildred. I'm like, hey, Mildred, are you okay? You know, and she's crying and she's like, no, she's kind of incoherent, but she just got off the phone with her primary care physician and she's like, I think you need to take me to the ER. I'm like, okay, wow. And then she was like, I really need to go to the ER. And I'm like, all right, we're going to the ER then. Like, she came here and doesn't have a car, doesn't have a way to get anywhere. And so obviously, like, yeah, I'm going to take this girl to the ER. But it's like 2:45 in the morning. I have to be somewhere at 5 in the morning. And I'm like, obviously, I'm not going to be able to make it. Like, I get her, I drop her off at the ER. I don't drop her off, I go in with her. And I park my car in, like, the emergency parking. And she's on a decline. Like as we are getting there, and it probably only took us 8 minutes to get to the ER. There was a pretty close one. And so when I drop her off, like I'm now, because she's kind of incoherent, assuming responsibility as like not a primary guardian because she's of age.
That's a good important detail.
She's older than me, so it doesn't, like she's like 23. So I'm like. And they're asking me all these questions, like her insurance and like her birth date, and I just met this person. I don't have all of this information, and she is tanking, and so I'm like using her face to unlock her phone, to call her sister and to call her mom and try and get all this information, and who knows if they even know who I am. You know what I mean? Like I know her sister knows that she went on a date with me or whatever, but her mom's probably got no clue who I am. And I'm like, I'm at the ER with your daughter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. And so I get on the phone with her therapist, like all this different stuff. I'm finding out all this information.
Her therapist?
Well, yeah, because I have to know her entire backstory and stuff. I don't know. There's a whole lot of people
with
I'm
her
calling.
Therapist.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Because they told me I needed to talk to her therapist.
Why? What'd you ask the
For whatever
therapist?
reason. I don't know, doctor. I'm not trying to get too specific into things. But I had to tell all of the medical personnel this stuff, and we go into the back room, and I'm now not allowed to leave. Like, I cannot leave until they discharge her. And they let me know this, and so I have to call both sets of commands. I have to call the command for the people that I am TAD to, that I'm running this month-long course with. I have to be like, hey, I can't make it. Here's all the reasons why. I also have to call my other command. So the main command that I'm a part of is very understanding. They're like, I get that. Like, take your time. Just make sure the TAD command knows, that you're not going to be able to show up. These people are driving me insane. So I'm a squad leader. So I take accountability for everyone. I know what's going on at this course. And so I call into this course and I let them know, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. Unforeseen circumstances. This is where I'm at. This is what's going on. And the sergeant on the phone with me is ripping into me. Like, we are going to drop you from the course if you miss this day. I'm like, you're going to drop me from the entire course because I am attempting to, like, save someone's life. You know what I mean? And they're like, if you had a friend coming, you should have taken leave. Like, you shouldn't have been attending this course. And I was like, I didn't know this was going to happen. And this wasn't like a friend that I knew was coming to Island. Like, I met this girl. I planned on showing up to the course. I didn't know I was going to have to take her to the ER at 2:45 in the morning. I didn't know that I was going to be here and couldn't leave. Like, I don't know what's happening, you know? And he's like, oh, well, we're going to have to talk to the sergeant major. I wouldn't be surprised if you get dropped from the course. And you have to be respectful to the people that are positioned above you, whether you're the same rank or whether they're a rank above you. But I flat out was like, I literally cannot believe you're giving me shit right now. I was like, I'm a squad leader. I know where everyone's been. I was like, there was a dude 2 days ago, or whatever, last week, that missed an entire day so he could get his car registered with the DMV. And that was totally fine. And you're telling me you're going to drop me from the course because I'm helping someone that could very well be dying. Like, and it was insane. I just blew up on him. Anyways, it was one of the weirdest experiences of my life, which is why we're talking about this. Because, granted, I don't know this person that well, but I found myself sitting in the ER for hours, watching this person just laying in bed. Granted, her sister and her mom, too, are like, just make sure she doesn't have a seizure. Like, if she has a seizure, it will get worse, and when she was younger, she had a history of seizures.
How do you make sure
Okay.
someone doesn't have a seizure?
Yeah.
Really?
So now I have to make sure that she stays calm in an environment where she knows no one, has no clue what's happening to her, and is in the ER without family anywhere nearby. Like, I'm like, okay, wow, thanks. So she is unconscious, and she has been not doing well. And so I'm sitting there, and I have an EMT background, but I find myself for hours just like looking at the EKG, monitoring her vitals, and watching this girl's chest rise and fall to ensure that she's still breathing. Like, I don't know. It was the weirdest. Granted, I was physically attracted to this girl. Like, we had a connection. But at the same time, I'm now. Hallmarks are all about love stories. What do you mean? It's totally Hallmark. Anyways, so I'm sitting here and I don't know what I'm feeling. Because I feel like this sense of, like, that I'm in charge of this person. Like this person's, yeah, a huge sense of responsibility to where granted, I've never had this feeling. I've never had the feeling of responsibility for a child or responsibility for like a significant other, like a wife or something. But that's kind of what I felt like in this moment. Like, because I was like, I am in the ER with this person, and I'm the point of contact for the doctors, and I'm the point of contact for her mom and her sister. Like, this is crazy. And I was taking a photo. One of the photos I had to send to the command. Like, are you serious? Like, look at me. This is the girl dying. Like, I'm actually in the ER. Like, I can't believe you don't believe me right now. But I looked at that and I can see the timestamps. From like 11 o'clock at night or whatever. Like, we're both smiling in a very cute, wholesome picture to like 3 o'clock in the morning, like just several hours later, and she looks like a completely different person. Like she's in the ER with tubes attached to her and stuff. Like, I'm like, how did I get here? You know what I mean? And so that proceeds for like an entire week of us going in and out of the ER and me dropping her off at the hotel and staying at the hotel and making it to my course and coming back and like trying to be on my phone the whole time to make sure things are okay. All the way up until the point where she's stable enough to fly. Like they're stable enough to get her on a flight to send her back to her home state where she can go to like a special clinic or wherever she needs to go. And while she was there, they thought of everything. Like they think when she was here in Hawaii, she got rhabdo, which is like where your muscles kind of fall apart or disintegrate almost, like your body uses
Rhabdo's
them.
bad.
Yeah. So they're pretty sure she had rhabdo when she was here, but they wanted to do a whole bunch of further on tests. And some people were even throwing out like leukemia and different stuff, and so I'm like, this is crazy, you know. And she's freaking out the whole time. She finally got on a plane back, and is still, I think, in and out, but is doing a lot better. And it was very weird. We didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, how is distance going to affect? Like, are we gonna still keep talking? Like, do we want to try dating? Like, we didn't know anything, but we were like, I think distance is gonna be a good like telling. It's also weird to have that conversation. Like I'm not trying to have a conversation of like what are we when this girl is going through so much, you know. But there was a definite unspoken connection that we both knew was there because of, I guess, trauma or like a traumatic event. Yeah. So it was hard to tell the difference between like, is this a very romantic thing or is this just because of the trauma? And what really got to me is I don't think I ever took the time to process what was going on. Like my life was so busy, and so me running from one place to the other and juggling with both different commands and never actually taking the time to think about it. So I drop her off at the airport, you know, and I wait till she goes past to where I can't go anymore. And then I'm on my way home and I FaceTime my parents. And I think it was the first time I'd even told them about any of it. You know, just because it was so crazy. And I think you guys got little texts or little snippets. But I've never been a person to stress. I don't think I'd ever felt stress in my life. I know that's probably going to come across really weird for a lot of listeners. But I had never really been a stressful person. But I got back to my barracks and I FaceTimed Tate and was just crying on the floor. And I didn't know why. And I think that was just me finally like releasing all of this stress that I had, you know? And it unfortunately doesn't have the greatest of endings.
Hallmark.
Because, you know, everyone I would talk to was like, oh my gosh, you have to marry this girl now. Like, your romantic love story.
Just want that on the record.
Okay, but
there was one particular person.
But so many people were, you know, were like that, and I can thumb through and try and find the messages. But at the end of the day, this is how this whole story ends. So we're talking, and for several days we're FaceTiming, like she's FaceTiming me while she's in the hospital, and we're talking or whatever. Still getting closer and getting to know each other. And I let her know, I was like, hey, with my job, I can't have my phone with me. And at this time, I was also recording a movie. I was in a movie. And so, I don't know if I can talk about it yet, but I'm in a movie. It's going to come out. It was really cool. That can be a different part of the podcast, my experience getting like filmed in the movie. But so I told her one of these days, I was like, hey, I'm going to be on set on this day, and this day from this time to this time, and I won't be allowed to have my phone. Like I have to leave it backstage or in the staging area. She's like, okay, she totally gets it. Then she messages me and is like, hey, thinking of you or something was the message. And then it's like 2 hours and I haven't responded. But I had bad service too, so I was trying to upload one of those golf videos and it had taken like a whole day. And so it uploads while I'm on set. So she sends like, "Hey, thinking of you," and I don't respond.
And you're
And then
golfing
she
at the
sees a
And you're
golfing
golfing.
video posted, and then she sends me a paragraph of like, "Okay, just don't respond, but post on Instagram. F you, have a nice life."
pool.
Like,
Really?
yeah, I
Wow.
literally have to find these messages now because I don't want to paraphrase this. Like I want to actually say how it is because it's crazy. It was so out of left field. I was shocked.
Wait, so we still don't know what her medical condition was.
There's several things. So like if I talk about it now, she had a ovary that ruptured. Um, she's anemic.
What?
Yeah, like there's a whole lot of stuff.
Wow.
So she's still in and out. Like I feel very bad. Um,
So it was legit.
yeah, there's definitely a lot of legit things that happen. Okay, so
But it's
here
not
it
like a
is.
disease.
Um, she goes, thinking of you, hope you're well at 2:53 p.m. Okay, so it's been a good time because it's now 7:46 p.m. But I'm on set all day. Like I've literally been working all day.
She's also 6 hours ahead of you now, isn't she?
Yeah. But so 5 hours go by in between that message, thinking of you, hope you're well, and this message. Post on Instagram but can't text me back. Got it. Have a nice life. What? Like this is a girl I've been talking to every single day since that happened. We had a very strong connection. And I said, insert name here. That okay, so I get in my car and I see the first message and I haven't seen the second message load. Like I just saw it on the first thing, so I'm swiping, I'm happy, you know? Like I've been working all day, I'm kind of exhausted and I see this message. So my message is that honestly made my day. Just got done with a 12-hour film shoot and honestly excited you texted and thought of me.
Oh.
And then I go dot 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 fuck. And then I was like, your second one just went through. I was like, that's not so good. But my Instagram has been trying to post that since Sunday morning. I can't have my phone on set. And the only reason I wasn't texting as much was because I thought you were getting annoyed with me. And I was like, and my one message went unanswered, so I got a little scared. I said, the first message I sent you is how I feel. And then I started talking, go unresponded, like for days. I'm like, what in the world? She responds probably like 4 days later and is like, you have messaged me several times and even on my Instagram account. I get it. I need a day or two. Don't talk to me.
Girl's crazy, Taggart.
Yeah, and then we had some wholesome thoughts or whatever. Like she messaged me back and was like, honestly, everyone on Instagram and Snapchat just sees the highlights of my life. They don't understand what actually goes on. And then I was like, I got shut out from what goes on. Like I wanted to be there and I just got shunned. She was like, I shut everyone out. I'm sorry. It's easy, but I'll let you go. And it was just like, and then she just distanced herself. And I was like, I tried to be there. Like I don't. And it was very sad how it ended because honestly I cared a lot for this person and we went through a lot. Um, but that was just wild. It was something I never expected. Like I had forewarned too that hey, I'm probably not going to be able to respond, um, and then just whammo out of the blue.
Women, brother.
But so that is
Nuts.
my. It was one of the craziest like weeks slash 2 weeks, um, because I was fighting for honor graduate at this course. I was dealing with all of this ER stuff at the same time. I was then trying to kind of feel out this long distance thing, and she was also like going in and out of the hospital, and I didn't know what to think. And then I also got the chance to be in a movie. Like so, there was just so much in my life that was happening, and it was such a crazy time.
Is this a real movie? Or is this like
this is a real movie.
someone's
Um,
like a Hollywood movie?
okay, you know what? Sonic 2.
Wow.
Yeah, so Sonic 2 is the movie.
Heard it
So
here, folks.
You
Here
heard it.
first,
Yeah,
folks.
you heard it here, folks. Sonic 2. I don't know how much of the movie I'm going to make the cut. I don't know how much of it I'm actually going to be in. Um, but I had like 2 12-hour days of filming, and I'm in a lot of it that could potentially be in the movie. Um,
Or did you sign up for this, or they just grab you off the street?
Yeah, so I met like a casting agency here when I was on Hawaii, and then they would send me some things of different movies that were out. And then this one was a big one, and I was like, hey, you know what? Here's some headshots. Here's like some resume type stuff. And then they got back to me and they were like, congratulations, here's whatever. I had to get COVID tested like every time before going on set. It was a pretty big deal. You had to wear N95 like masks when you weren't on set. Um, it was pretty cool. I got meals paid for. Yeah, it was a
I
really cool experience, and
was in a movie, boys.
yeah, I was in a movie.
Might be.
And
Tag might be in the movie.
yeah, I'm sure I'll be. You might just see me in the background or something. I'll be like, oh, that's kind of lame. Like none of my me speaking anything got into the movie, you know. Because I have lines that I said, but they're not like in the script. You know what I mean? Like the main actors, they have the script stuff that happens. So mine is all probably optional, whether it needs to go.
Were you interacting with a main actor at all?
No, I didn't ever speak to a main actor, but I am in scenes with
With the main actor.
with where that the main actor is in.
Okay, so there's a good potential you make it.
Yeah. Anyways, cool. This is like my Hollywood cool story, you know. So I didn't really know anybody on the cast except for Jim Carrey. Like I knew Jim Carrey was gonna be there. I never saw Jim Carrey, so he was never there for any of the filming that we did. Um, and then James Marsden, I didn't actually know him, but that's who everyone else was freaking out about. He's like one of the dudes in The Notebook, and he's I don't know, a bunch of cool people. They all loved him. I didn't see this guy on the cast, but then I was sitting there and I was waiting, and I saw someone walk by. I was like, dang. And we're at a very, very fancy resort too, so it could have just been coincidence. But I see this dude walk by and he doesn't have a shirt on. He's got this little sun hat, and I was like, dang, that dude really looks like Derek Morgan from Criminal Minds.
Oh,
Really?
And I was like, that dude really looks like him. And I love Criminal Minds. I'm on like season 12 or something. It's my show that I watch when I'm like waiting for something, or sometimes in bed at night, or when I'm on an airplane. Like, I just watch it all the time. So, and I'm almost finished with it. Love Criminal Minds, and he is my favorite character. I'm like, dude, that's insane. This dude. But I convinced myself that it's not him. I'm like, he's walking around alone. He looks lost, and like all of the other actors have like a whole crew with them. So I'm like, anyways, that's pretty ridiculous. A couple hours go by, same dude walks by with an entire entourage. I'm talking 3 people are holding up umbrellas so this man doesn't get sunburned. Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is this really him? And man, he is a good looking dude. He's a good looking dude. But I'm like, there's no way. Like, that's Derek Morgan from, and I just felt so bad because I did not know his name. Like, I only knew him as Derek Morgan. I didn't know him as the actor. And I'm like, that's Derek Morgan.
That's
and so the coolest thing this whole time is like, I'm kind of starstruck by this dude. I didn't think I would be, but I was like, I actually really like this dude. Like, he's cool. And I was like, I gotta find a way to talk to him, you know? And a scene comes. Oh man, I was so mad. I play volleyball like every day, and there's a volleyball scene. And they even got some random extras to play like volleyball members. And I was like, "Oh my god, like I want to play volleyball so bad." And watching them warm up, they all sucked. Like, and they spent hours filming for probably a 5-minute or less segment, and it's going to make them look good at volleyball. Like, they're taking like ladders and just exposing the film industry. Like, they're taking ladders and like having people throw the ball so it looks like a good spike, and then having another dude do like 15 run-ups. Like they're gonna mesh it together, and it's gonna probably look like a great volleyball game. But I was jaw dropped that these people could not play volleyball. I was like, you're in Hawaii. Like, I guarantee you could have found people that knew how to play volleyball. Anyways, but before one of these volleyball scenes, he's doing push-ups so that he can like get his pump on, you know, because he doesn't have the shirt look a little bit bigger, you know. And he starts doing push-ups, and I'm like, I'm gonna go for it. So I'm like 7 to 10 feet behind this dude, and I'm like, what can I do? And I'm like, maybe you'll notice me. So I start doing push-ups, because I feel like I can hang with this dude. I'm in the Marine Corps. Let me do push-ups. So I'm doing push-ups, and then the people start counting. 1, 2, 3. But he's already been doing push-ups for a little bit, and so he's probably like, what in the world? Like, now they just started counting, or the rep cycle was off. Like, maybe he was halfway in between a push-up when they were counting the repetitions. So he kind of stops. He puts one knee on the ground and he looks behind him, and he sees me, and I'm doing push-ups, like like exactly like he was doing push-ups. And he laughs and gives me a thumbs up, and I was like, bro.
You made it.
I was like, dude, I just got recognized by Derek Morgan.
Do you still not know his name?
It starts with an S. It's like, I'll look it up right now. I'm very sorry, dude. I love you. You're never gonna watch this, but
Tag's still referring to him as Derek.
yeah, I know him as Derek Morgan. Shamar Moore is his name.
Oh yeah.
Shamar Moore. So
I would never remember that, but
exactly.
Now that you say it, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sweet story though. Like,
Yeah. So
cool,
that was my little story, because I was like, he was not even in my mind when I thought of like what celebrities would be amazing to meet. Like Tom Holland, Zendaya, any of the Avengers, like Tom Cruise, like all of these people that I think would be super cool to meet. And but then after seeing him, I was like, I'm honestly so happy with that. Like, that's super cool. I met Derek Morgan. I met Shamar Moore. So.
Shamar. It is pretty dope.
So yeah.
Is he as big as he is in the show in real life?
Yeah.
Pretty jacked.
Yeah, he's a pretty jacked dude. Bro, his fashion is on point too. Like, he came walking in, he knew what he was doing. He had custom sneakers that matched his black and yellow hat, and like he was wearing these joggers and he was shirtless, and I was like, this dude knows what he's doing. I was like, this dude looks impeccable. Definitely the coolest person on set.
That's dope.
In my opinion. So.
I had never watched Sonic 1. Did you guys watch
I
Sonic
didn't even
1?
watch the first one, so I feel slightly bad.
You should probably go watch it.
Yeah, when I heard I was in Sonic, I was like, isn't Sonic like animated? Like, how am I a voice actor? Like, but no, so it's gonna be a live action.
Nope.
Some YouTube guy interviewed me too. No clue who he is. Still have no clue who he is. Apparently he's got 43 million followers.
You know his name?
Apparently he's like popular with the kids. No, it's not Mr. Beast. But I literally had never seen him in my life. And I'm on YouTube like religiously.
Ryan does toys.
I don't think so.
Ryan's toy review.
No.
Was it PewDiePie?
No.
I
would know all of these people. Literally don't.
A lot of subscribers. Was it Dude Perfect?
No. Okay, let's be real though. Dude Perfect Overtime is some of the best quality on YouTube.
Some of the greatest content.
Some of the greatest content, and I'm so
cool,
mad.
not cool.
So mad that like they've been slowing down the overtimes. Like, they spoiled me and they did one once a week.
Yeah.
Like a while ago, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in love. And then now I waited over a month for this overtime to drop.
It was good though. It was a good one. Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was alright. I mean, I was so frustrated though, because I'd look every week. Because I was like, I thought they were supposed to come out every 2 weeks. And I was like, the last one came out 2 weeks ago. And it was like 3 weeks ago. And then it was a month ago, and I was like, what? And then they finally came out with one, and I was like, thank goodness.
I wonder how well they must not do well enough for them to keep doing a lot of them. I mean, I know the fans like them, but they must not do great views or something.
There's no way. They should be incredible. I mean,
I agree. It is their best content.
I like those better than any of their other Dude Perfect
But their
videos.
sponsored videos get like 50 million views, and that's where their money is. So that's why they do those.
Well, they were sponsored by Koosh Ball in that video.
Yeah, what the heck? The most random sponsor I've ever seen.
Those things are so old, bro. I swear, when I was like 10, there was like Koosh Balls at Target.
I'd never heard of them, ever.
I'd seen them. I didn't know there was a Koosh Ball, but I'd seen them.
Yeah. But they literally spent like 5 minutes on this Koosh Ball.
Oh.
It makes sense if a child audience, but still.
Bro, Ty completely.
And us.
There's no way they won the commercial clash.
I liked Apple's way better, you're right.
Yeah, the Apple one was hilarious that they did that little parody. And
Yeah.
they even, granted, it was thrown in there, but they got the quote right. Like, there was only two stipulations. They had to have a reptile, and they had to quote, "That's not for me, dog," or whatever.
That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. And they had to quote Randy. And their other commercial got the quote wrong, and then had a reptile, like, for a second or two. Granted, I don't know. I thought the other commercial won. I left a comment about it.
No chance.
Dude, I do. I comment on like so many YouTube videos that I
Oh,
watch.
love that. What did your comment say? You guys suck.
No.
Commercial one should have won.
It was thought out. That and Good Mythical Morning. I leave a comment on like all the Good Mythical Mornings too.
I stopped watching Good Mythical Morning. Aren't they
What?
weird now? Like Antichrist.
Oh, none of their content suggests that. I'm sorry if they actually are. I don't know. It's quality content. Good Mythical Morning, solid.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in a while.
They just hit their 2,000th episode. 2,000 episodes. More than 10 years of content creation.
Fairly impressive.
That's very impressive.
You ever watch Mark Rober?
No.
Really?
Never heard of him.
Mark Rober does one video a month, and it's sick.
I feel like that's not enough for me.
No, he has some. Go look at some of his videos. They're very cool.
I might check it out.
He's a master engineer, so he just like engineers very cool things. He works for NASA.
Yeah.
Like he made an obstacle course for the squirrels in his backyard. Some of the coolest Tag, you will love it. Watch it.
Okay.
Well, you like weird thought out things like that, so you'll appreciate this.
There's this other guy that's really cool. He does a similar thing. He doesn't post too much, but when he posts, it's really cool.
Nice. That's cool.
Well, I'm looking him up. So, Bew Miles?
Who?
Bew Miles? I don't know. This guy. Bew Miles.
Cool.
You can't see it.
Yeah. It's...
Beau space Miles.
Bo.
Oh.
Bo Miles.
Bo Miles.
Idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
Bew.
My bad.
Bew Miles.
Hey, sometimes I'm pretty dumb, I guess. I know, bro. I've seen the videos. I know his name is Bo. I don't even know. Okay, well, his are pretty cool.
You know who you guys
check them out.
You know who you should watch, Tag? The Stradman.
No, that's about
Stradman's
cars.
incredible.
I could care less, bro. I need my
Really?
car to get me from point A to point B. I do not care what
No,
my car
but-
looks like. I do not.
No, that's why you watch the Stradman, so that you can
No.
see someone who cares about what his car looks like, and
I
he does all the
don't
fun
care
things
that
you
your
can't do.
exhaust pipe is straight or bent or 90 degrees or titanium or leather. Like, dude, I don't care. I'm sorry. You're gonna be one of those people in the barracks at 2 in the morning. Like, oh, you're so cool. Like,
Except it's on a Lamborghini, so it is cool. Like, that's when it is cool. I
I don't-
agree. On the Honda Civics, not cool. On
I
the
don't care.
Lamborghinis, very cool.
so what? You have money. Good
He's a
for you.
Bugatti,
Yo.
3 Lambos, a GTR, a
It's
Tesla.
all because of YouTube as
Do I
well. He
care?
started with like nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I was a billionaire, then I could make YouTube videos.
But he's not. That's the cool thing, is he's not a billionaire.
Okay, well, he's got enough money to afford all those cars. He doesn't.
He literally tells you how much it costs to fix cars. He's like, it cost me $45,000 to get my Bugatti fixed.
Okay.
He like shows you the service records.
Yeah, $45,000. This dude just doesn't
He's-
care. He makes
he's building a-
45,000. You guys want to know a piece of information that is gonna blow your mind? I will
Yes, please.
walk you through it, so that you know I'm not lying. This is ridiculous how much money you make. Okay, so and granted that no hate to them, they did it perfectly right. They exploited the system, and they just made an infinite amount of money off of it. But I'm talking about the D'Amelio sisters.
Jeffrey Bezos.
No. So like the TikTok girl, Dixie and Charlie. I think Charlie was the TikTok one. Anyways, they both got famous. At the peak of their fame, Dixie.
Tate used to like one of them.
Okay.
What did you
Dixie. He said Tate used to like one of them.
Oh.
At the peak of their fame, Dixie decides to create a music video and put it onto YouTube because she has all of these millions of TikTok followers. Now, we're going to pull this up
When
Dixie.
is this supposed to blow my mind? At what point am I
Watch.
Well, no, it is wild. Dixie has
Dixie,
like
be
50
happy.
million views on some of her videos.
108 million views on this one video. I'm about to show you how much money she made off of this one video. You ready? Okay, 108 million views. I'm gonna go on Safari, say, how much does YouTube pay per view?
It's usually like $1,000 per million.
So the actual rates vary between 10 cents to 30 cents per view, but averages out at 18 cents per view. So let's give this girl 15 cents per view. We're gonna give her below average. Okay, so we're gonna type in 100 million into this calculator. Do this with me, okay? 108 million. That's 100,000. That's 108 million. We're going to multiply this by 15 cents, so 0.15.
A lot of money. I just did it.
0.15. 16,200,000 for one video.
She did not make 16 million. There's no chance.
What do you mean there's no chance? We literally just walked you through it.
There's no chance.
It is 16,200,000.
You're not making 15
At
cents
15
per view.
That's what I just looked up.
It's not a per view though. It's definitely like a per 1,000 views.
No, it says averages out to 18 cents per view. On average, the YouTube channel can receive $18 per 1,000 ad views. This equates to $3 to $5 per 1,000 video views. So if we give her $3, which is the low end of the 3 to 5 per 1,000 views.
Well, that's just off that one source. This source I just found here.
8 million.
It says pays between 1 cent and 3 cents per view.
1 cent and 3 cents per view?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's much less. But if that's 108 million times 0.03, it's still 3,240,000 for one video.
How much?
3,240,000 at 3 cents per view.
Probably more accurate, but I'm just saying I don't think she made 60 million off one video.
Okay, well then this is the lowest number we've seen, and that's still 3,240,000.
I agree, it's a lot of money. But if you think about it, she's signed to a record label, has a manager, has an agent, and they all take a cut. So
not for that.
Yeah.
Not for just her YouTube.
It's a copyrighted song by the label.
Yeah, she probably
didn't
didn't have
own that
a
song.
whole team that made that song.
Well, that's one video on her YouTube channel. If we just go, she probably has a.
It's a lot of money. I'm not discrediting it.
She probably vlogs and stuff.
Not enough money an hour, so.
Dixie D'Amelio.
I'm still on hourly
She have a
wage,
YouTube channel.
I can't even compete with her, so she's making 10x more than I will next year.
Oh, she has her own podcast now.
Oh yeah, she has her own like talk show.
Oh yeah, talk show.
Dave Portnoy, our boy, a friend of the podcast, boys.
That's the only one I've seen. That's the only one I've seen is Dave Portnoy on her talk show.
Same.
And let me tell you, sorry, hot take. This one's a hot take from Tag. She does not look that good, and she sucks at her talk show.
I agree with both. That's not a hot take. She's not that good looking, and she's a boring person.
And yeah,
I take that back.
And she just laughs at random things that, like, when she's uncomfortable, and her laugh makes things weird. I only watched one episode, so I'm sorry if that's not whatever. But Dave Portnoy was in that episode, and in comparison or not comparison, just I would not watch another episode, and I haven't.
Watched a fascinating episode of the Joe Rogan podcast today.
Oh, Joe Rogan podcasts can be very fascinating. They're also
the most
very long, and there are so many of them that it can be hard to get into.
I usually just watch the clips on YouTube. I don't watch the whole thing.
That's cool. We are 49 minutes in. We can definitely do editing, choose what we want and different stuff because this is free form. But is there anything else we want to talk about?
Hey, what's going on with you, buddy?
I recently bought a car.
Oh yes. Let's get this in the
content
clip.
we need.
Let's get this in the clip. Tell us about it.
All right. Well, I'm here in Monterey and was big sad because I didn't have a car to go do anything, to go golfing and all that. So, my dad and I were looking at it, and he found a pretty good deal on a Kia Optima. So
Shout out
uh,
Kia.
yeah, it's actually really sweet though. And because I like cars, I'm excited that it has paddle shifters and a turbo. So
Well, yeah, I was
Have you
gonna
used
say,
it?
give us
So
the specs and stuff. Like these car people are gonna want to know. It's not
yeah,
just a Kia Optima,
Wait,
right?
what
Like
year
it's
is
got
it? How many miles?
exactly.
2015 Kia Optima SX Turbo.
Oh,
We got 70,600 miles.
perfect. Nice and
Um,
broken in.
yeah, and it's a turboed i4, like 2-liter i4.
How much horsepower? How much HP to the crank?
I don't know the actual like wheel crank horsepower or whatever, but I think its engine is like two, maybe 240s or something. Like it's pretty decent. It's not bad.
Respectable for a sedan.
Yeah.
Mine's like 125, so or like 140. So
No idea what mine is. I just got a little.
shout
It's a
out to
nice
the
car.
Corolla.
Sold the truck. Got the 2020 Honda Civic, little sport, little coupe. I got a credit card too. Got my first
I got a credit card.
Got my first credit
Good
card.
job, guys, joining me in the club.
I don't
Hey,
understand.
credit score is insane.
I don't understand why people
what's yours?
punish me for being smart with my money. Like
The credit system is stupid.
the fact
just
that
do it.
I've been able to make every single major life purchase in cash should be rewarded, not given a 0 credit score or a non-existent credit score.
What is your credit score? You don't have to say it, but say it.
I don't know. It's
You
better.
don't know.
When I
Faith
tried
is
to
insane.
when I tried
I'm
to
jealous.
get when I tried to get my car, I didn't have credit. Like you're 21 years old, how do you not have credit? And I was like, well, I just buy everything in cash. And how this also blows my mind. So I pay for Wi-Fi, I pay for like phone, I pay for car insurance, I paid for my car, I pay like, and I have monthly payments, and I have a debit card. And how did all of that accrue no credit? Like I had to have a credit card.
Well, no, because you're making a payment on. You don't owe anything. So a line of credit is they're giving you their money to use. They want to see how responsible you are with it.
So
You're just
there's
paying
no
somebody.
credit associated with like paying a monthly thing.
Unless you have a loan on it, like if you have a car loan,
Yeah,
then they see that you borrowed money and you're paying it back at a good rate. That's
No.
how you build
So
credit.
yeah, I tried to do Experian Boost or whatever to see if it would give me some because I talked to a financial advisor. I went to $1 million Marine class, and they said a lot of times Experian Boost will do that. If you pay for your phone bill or if you pay for like a reoccurring monthly thing, then Experian Boost will actually add that to your FICO score, showing good payment history. Like, hey, you've been paying off your internet, and you've made an on-time payment for every single time for 2 years. You know, and they'll use that to boost your FICO score or whatever. But I did that, and they didn't care.
How do you not know what your credit score is?
Well, because I'd have to look at it. It's above a 650 because I had to have at least a 650 to get my credit card. And then I was like,
What credit card did you get?
I was like, hopefully. I got the flagship rewards card from Navy Federal.
Oh yeah, you guys are in the Navy.
It's really cool. It's like all blacked out. Oh,
I got the
I wish you could customize it because instead of the flagship's reward card, it should say the flagship's reward card.
stupid.
Where is my?
Discover.
You got a
Discover. She's pink, boys.
Oh, she's a Miles too.
Yeah.
miles.
Do you
What does
do a
that
whole
mean?
lot of traveling?
No, you just redeem it for miles.
No,
I get 1.5 miles for every dollar I spend.
Mine has a lot like that.
I don't know what.
mine's a
Yeah,
cashback. So.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know-
I can exchange the miles for cash back. It's basically just a points card.
Yeah, I get
So I can
points
get
on
cash
stuff
back.
too. So I get like 2 times points for any food purchase, 3 times points for any gas purchase, a whole bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
mine's
But
dope. What's
I
your
talk-
credit limit?
I talked to a lot of people and they said this was the best.
What's your credit limit?
10,000, I think.
No chance.
That's
Really?
insane.
Yeah,
I don't believe you. Is that really?
I'm pretty sure.
For your
I
first
can,
credit
I
card?
can go on my
Not
Navy
that I
Fed
think
right
you're
now.
lying. I just don't know if you know your own.
Like mine's 2,000, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
like
mine's
Only
15.
2,000. Do you have a full credit card, or there's like, what is the half credit cards called, or whatever? Like a
I'm
secured card or whatever?
I have a
Oh,
full credit
so-
card. It's just a student card.
yeah, mine's
Oh,
secured.
mine's
Not
definitely not a
secured. Mine's just
student.
normal credit card.
But yeah, so like I have $42 that are unpaid on my card right now, and so
Well, what does your limit say? It should say 42 of.
Yeah, so available credit, I have 9,902.19 of 10,000.
They gave you a $10,000 credit card? Holy crap, Taggart. Good luck, buddy.
What do you
Don't
mean,
spend
good
it all
luck?
in one place.
No, my minimum payment of $0 due on 0803 because I've already paid off. Like I usually pay it as like
As the
as I get
period
charges
closes.
on it, or just
I
as
use
I
mine
get
for
charges
gas.
on it.
Yeah,
So like
this
I
is
only
my-
have to really pay one time the minimum payment of $20 before the reporting period ends or whatever, but I usually just try and always keep it at zero. So like I'll buy gas or I'll buy food with it, and then 2 days later I'll pay that off. And then I'll do that again, and I just pay it off every time I see a balance on it, instead of waiting till the end of the month or whatever and then trying to pay it all.
That's cool. Credit cards are cool. $10,000. That's crazy. You could buy a car on your credit card.
I don't know why I would, but
Just saying you could.
then there'd be a lot of interest if I didn't pay it all off, right? Like even though I made the minimum payment, like
Yeah,
if the
you will
minimum
bet.
payment is
Still
only
paying that.
$20 and I owe $7,000 for that reporting period or whatever, then my interest is gonna be pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. That's how they get you.
That's also one way why I try and pay off everything once it's on my card, just so if I for some reason didn't get to do that, there's $20. I
Yeah,
owe
but
interest
some
on
cards
$20.
it's 0% APR for the first 12 months, and then it kicks in, or 6 months.
I have no clue, but everyone was like,
Yeah.
"This is by far,"
I told-
and they were like, "In my opinion, this is the best Navy Federal card you can get if you actually get approved for it." I said, "Hey," when I applied for it, because when I called them, they said if you meet the requirements for one of our cards, you meet the requirements for all of our cards. I said, "Oh, really? So might as well send it for this one that everyone's talking about." And I got it.
Nice.
But does Credit Karma, does that hit you every time you want to check your score? Is that a hard check?
No, I think those are
Soft.
just little soft checks. And most of them are just like
How many
I check
soft
it every
how
day.
many soft checks can you do?
Credit Karma you can check all the time because
Oh,
it's not
really?
like a real check. It's just them
I think
estimating.
they're just estimates, yeah.
Oh.
So Joey, I actually think mine is an estimate. I don't know if I have enough data for Experian to get like a real credit score.
Well, you have a whole
But-
bunch. So like
Yeah, but you can do a hard check. Like next time you
Navy
when you
Federal.
bought the car, it probably did a hard check on you.
Yeah.
They
that
did, and I co-signed with my dad because
Oh,
I didn't have enough like stuff. But my estimate's like 700, which is like
Yeah.
pretty good.
Also, our dad, he's insane. I've been trying to ask him what his lifts are because I'm like back into lifting and stuff, and I've been going to the gym. Shout out OJAT, Operation Jack and Tan. Dad,
You got the jacked part down, not the tan.
hey, I'm getting there. Okay, bro. I try. I'm actually a lot more tan than you'd think. I know this probably doesn't help, but
As he looks like a ghost.
I'm backlit and stuff, okay?
Not as easy for us as you, Joey.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? So
Your
I
dad
felt
lifts.
good, yeah, because I deadlifted like 345, and I think I could deadlift 360. Today I squatted 300, might be able to get 315. And so I was asking Dad what he lifted in college, and he benched 315.
That's gross. Did he actually?
He benched he said he remembers benching 315 pounds, and this man wrestled at like 154.
I think
Your
towards
dad
the end
wrestled
of
at
like college,
150?
towards the end he got up higher, but
I was gonna say, your dad's not a small guy.
No, I think he was
not a
wrestling like
gigantic guy, but-
140s and then 154, and I don't know if he wrestled 162. Like 154 was where he was wrestling at in college. I mean, he probably an inch or two shorter than me, But stocky bulldog, dude, his chest, no way. Like, I'm gonna go for bench, and I hope to reach. So there's like the 1,000 pound club. Your top 3 lifts, if you can deadlift, squat, and bench, and the accumulation of those numbers is 1,000 pounds, then you've entered the 1,000 pound club. Now
You could hit that too.
I'm trying to get 100. I'm trying to get 850. So I guess a life goal, or further in the future, a 1,000 pound club might be attainable. But
That's not that hard though. That's a 400-pound squat, 400-pound deadlift, and then a 200-pound bench.
not that hard. This man just says not that hard.
For you, for me, it's like very, 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 very difficult. But like, if you're already at those numbers, you're only adding
100 pound, like 100. It's hard to just add weight.
Yeah, but squats, that's not like an impossible. Like, that's very doable to add that much weight. You could do that to your bench.
I just squatted 300 today, and that was like, I might be able to get 305.
Yeah, but you haven't been focusing squats for 6 months.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna continue to try. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but in order to get 850 pounds, I need to bench 200 pounds.
What are you benching right
That
now?
doesn't sound like a lot, but I think my bench is the weakest. So we're gonna find out what I bench.
But
I think that's like my max. Because I remember previous max, now this is going to be like football or high school, is a 45 plate and a 25. Which I think quick math is only 175 or 185.
quick math.
I can do that right now. So 45 times 3 plus 50. Yes, that's 185.
Yes.
Is the most I can ever remember benching is 185.
And if that was in high school, I bet you could do 200 now.
Tag, you could hit a 200 bench if you put in 3 weeks of benching.
Hopefully, but that gets me to my 850, which is my goal. But my dad, 315.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's very cool.
That's crazy.
You know Jason? My buddy Jason.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
He benches 300.
Is he big? Is he a big dude?
He's not tall, but he's big.
Like, how much does he weigh?
Man, he's got to sit at like 180, Tate, don't you think?
Oh, 180? Well,
No,
I mean, that's,
he's pretty ripped.
that's pretty good for
Oh, yeah.
180.
He did like powerlifting and like
Okay.
bodybuilding for a little bit.
But yeah, definitely not upset at all with my squat and my deadlift, because we do our whole company is like doing this pound for pound challenge, and pound for pound, I'm like lifting the most. My deadlift is the most pound for pound. I think my squat is either first or second pound for pound.
615-pound deadlift by Jason.
He's a big dude, but 615-pound deadlift?
Yeah.
That dude, no shot. Like, that dude's in 1,000 pound club.
Easy, yeah.
He's lifting more than half of it in one of the 3 lifts.
Look at his legs. Absolute unit, Jason. Get up there.
That doesn't count. That was not a deadlift.
No, that counted. That was
No,
617.
wait. He didn't get all the way up and lock his knees.
He literally has a ref behind him. He's at a competition. It counted.
There's no. Oh, wow. Well,
you don't post your failures.
We wouldn't have counted that, but I don't know. It didn't look like he locked out. And did he slowly drop, or did he just drop the whole thing?
Dropped it.
Because for the Marine Corps HIT program, like, I went to a competition for that. You have to go all the way up. You have to lock out, and then you have to slowly release to the ground. Like, if you drop the weight, it doesn't count.
This is a 600-pound deadlift. He weighed 180, and he was 17 years old.
Jeez.
The kid's a unit.
Yeah, that's mad impressive.
Okay, that's my Jason shout out. Shout out Jason.
Yeah, that's crazy. Good job, Jason.
Shout out Tom too, his dad.
But yeah, so bench will be coming up. Gotta hit 200.
I want to get my bench up. My objective for bench is to bench. What do I bench right now?
But my bench is weak. Like, I'm not. Like, I feel good about my deadlift, and I feel good about my squat, because they're on par or beating the other people that are built like me and in my company and stuff. But then the closest guy.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh like 160.
Okay.
But then the closest guy to me, like who, Richard or Rich, he's like the closest to me. He can definitely bench more than that. He's probably benching 250.
So you could bench 160 easily right now. Is that what you
160?
think? That's how much you
Yeah.
weigh.
Oh, 100%. I could bench 160.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think you could hit 180?
I have to believe it's been so long since I've gone for a bench max. I have to believe that I can hit 185 if I did that
Yeah.
in high
So
school.
what are you benching right now though? Like
I don't
for
know. I'm gonna
reps?
find out in a couple days. I just do like I do a lot of cable stuff because of the gym we're at. All the benches are always taken, and so there's like cables and different things to work your chest rather than just bench, or
I hit
doing
my
incline and decline.
I hit my squat max of 200 the other day, boys.
200.
Big dog.
Okay. Cause
Not quite
you be
300,
going to the
but
gym.
not anymore.
What,
I was a lot
what
during.
was the other day? Like 4 weeks
Well, okay.
ago?
No, it was probably like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I don't know. It was in July, so whatever that is. We're still in July, so this month. But I did go quite a bit during school, and then I was going with my buddy Tim for a little bit there.
Yeah, that's right.
That was,
I could keep talking, like, cause now I'm like, oh, Tim, and Tim reminded me of golf or whatever, cause isn't that who you golf with?
yeah,
Tim, yeah, and then I was gonna go in and talk about golf. We are an hour and 6 in though.
yeah. We should probably stop it.
Yeah.
All right. Sure, I'll stop it right here. We want to do like an outro or something.
You want to take us out?
Sure. Yeah, thanks for coming to watch this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a pretty chill, relaxed episode. It's gonna be how most of our episodes from now on are gonna be. Just relaxed, having us talk to each other. Um, yeah, well, it was awesome to get back together and record.
Yeah, and
Yes, sir.
just you guys catching up with our life as we catch up with each other. So, we'll see where this thing goes.
Deuces.
See ya.